Third time's the charm. Hey there, Drawyah here, and welcome back to Microsoft Flight Simulator. Today taking flights in the Aerosoft Bombardier CRJ-700 on a flight from here in Denver to Palm Springs in California. So Palm Springs Airport just to the south of San Francisco. Known as the United States' third least stressful airport in the country, and from a scenery point of view, both in terms of the airport flying to and the surroundings, quite spectacular indeed. So, yes, thank you very much to the developer Axonos Studios for providing me a copy of the scenery to preview today. I have got a few links in the description as well, so if you want to check out the developers themselves, and also if you want to look at a pre-release discount purchase of 15% as well, links in the description, do check them out. But again, a massive thank you to Axonos for giving us a copy of the scenery a couple days early. So, jump cockpit, set aircraft up, and prepare ourselves for our departure today. I'm a tad bit behind schedule now. First two attempts got a little bit rough, but hey ho, we are in, we are ready to go. Oof, here we go. Right, so first things first, we'll activate the master battery. AC power is in use. We will activate the nav lights. So that's it really. No fuel pumps just yet, since it needs to fuel the aircraft up. Air conditioning packs not yet. Hydraulics can come on and automatic. Miscellaneous lights, we need to touch those. No smoking on. Seatbelts will do once the aircraft has been fueled. On the emergency lights, and that is the overhead panel sorted. When I jump to the main stay of the aircraft, starts the tablet up. Switch both IR switches to nav. That's the parking brake. Pull it back. Right, tablet starting up, and we shall jump over to the FMS initialization. Position, we are currently at Denver, Kilo Delta Echo November. Insert that, and then take the GPS position and paste that into our set position. Gate, we are currently at stand Bravo 57. Not found, that's why I'm looking over that. Right, flight plan. So, departing today from Denver, Kilo Delta Echo November. Right, of course. Arrival airport today is Kilo Papa Sierra Papa. And plugging our waypoint shortly, but first things first, we'll get the payload and passengers sorted. So, start a new flight on PACX, pull that information from SimBrief, Denver to Palm Springs, United 5560, flying Skywest. So Skywest are the subsidiary partner for United Express, who fly the CRJ-700 around the southwest of the United States, and therefore flying Skywest course on today. Flight time, put 1:55 on the clock. Departure in approximately 21 minutes. CRJ-700 with a passenger count of, on the flight plan, passenger count of 78. Can't go that fast, so let me recalculate that. 56. No Wi-Fi, no entertainment. I don't remember what one is United. In fact, we're the subsidiary, we won't go for it. We always standard United Airlines state briefing, that is fine. We get snacks. We don't. Yeah, we get. It's a US airline. We get meal service. And with that, let's start the boarding process. So now for the tablet, switch over to the performance. Passenger count is 56. Enter that. In fact, well, it's a set payload. Copy. So yeah, 56 passengers set. In terms of our payload today, so our payload is 0 fuel weight, takeoff weight. Suspension set. There you go, payload 8.1, so 8100 divided by 3, so it's 2700 kilos. Right, 270 at the front, so clear that, 270, enter that, and then the rear of the aircraft, 540. Total fuel on board today is going to be 4851, so around about 4,900 today. In fact, carry a little bit excess because I carry a little bit heavy on the fuel, the throttle of the CRJ. So we'll go for a total of 5,200. to that. So we're carrying just over half the fuel tank. Within takeoff weight, it's going to have to burn enough fuel to get onto the landing weights load, so that is fine. Set the payload in the simulator. Make sure that's all correctly set. Car performance into the FMS. And fuel when touch from the aircraft, that's fine. Flaps set takeoff, dry conditions, and we'll set our speed bugs as required. 135 rotates. Back to the FMS now. We will start off with our flight plan. It's nice and simple today. Departing Rocky 5 to Denver. From Denver, we fly direct to Tayru. Tayru fly direct to Eid. And that's our flight plan complete. Very short flight plan today, so insert that. Set our performance now for flights. Cruising altitude, flight level 360, 36,000 feet. So remember that's the full input for the altitude. This 1,000. Next page, VNav, so 10,002 to 50, that's fine. Transition altitude in US 18,000. Target speeds 290, Mach 0.74. Cool, so that's set. Weight's all set, and that should link nicely to our FMS. We'll now listen to the weather information here at Denver. So listen to the ATIS. Service California, very nice. Right, so listen to the ATIS for Denver, shall we?
Winds 240 at 3 knots. Scattered clouds at 15,000 feet. Few clouds at 10,000 feet. Broken layer at 22,000 feet. Visit temperature richer 8 degrees Celsius. 10 miles. Altimeter 29.87.
2987.
Winds 240 at 3 knots.
Copilot slides, that is set manually.
Feet. Few clouds at 10,000 feet. Broken layer
Perfect.
at 22,000 feet.
So that's our information for Denver today. Departure runway, I've got set to 17 right, so that was our departure. 17 right. And our departure today will be on the Rockies 5 departure, so Rockies 5 will select. Ah, interesting, doesn't actually exist on our scope. Let me confirm that with Navigraph 2 seconds. So on our departure charts, we've also got Baylor 6, Chewy, Connor, Cordida. Worst case scenario, I mean, it's pretty much a straight line departure route anyway, so we can always just go straight to our first waypoint without too many problems. We are on Unicom, there's no ATC at the moment, so we're going to fly on Unicom on the way out. Got to now, very good dudes. What do you mean by pushing the aircraft to its limits? So the CRJ, the Canada Regional Jet, I believe it stands for. Basically, we are well, this flight's not so much pushing it to its limits, so we are flying about 2/3, coming up to 4/5 of its kind of total range limit. The flight plans to do next Sunday, I believe it is 19th, that will be really hitting the limit of the CRJ, where we are going to fly pretty much to its maximum capable distance, plus passengers and fuel on board as well. So okay, today not really pushing it to its limits as such, but we are definitely going to fly a decent range now, CRJ today. So that is Denver, Tayru E, that's fine. It's a shame we can't get the Rocky's departure, but in fact, do I have the waypoints for Rocky's departure? I could probably just plug it in manually. Let's have a quick look. Rocky 5 departure. So we need to head over through Denver, Dover Creek. Will it be via Connor or Baylor? That's a good question. So looking at the departure, looking at the departure charts right now. That's our position. Heading to the south. Baylor, Bobber, Blue Mesa, Blue Montrose. So one I still don't have, which is, I can see that I've got it set Rocky 5 through to Denver direct. I don't see Denver on the chart itself. Denver, actually pretty much on top of the airport. I'll have our first arrival, so Denver departure via Tayru near Aspen. I'm going to fly over Aspen. Beautiful airport, beautiful approach on that one. Maybe we'll do that at some point in the near future. I'm sure I did Aspen to Tijuana, I think I did. Connor, Baylor, Bobber. Tell you what, we'll go as far as Bobber and then work out from there. So, go back to the flight plan page. So, Denver to Baylor. Not found. Okay, that's fine. We can just fly direct, it's not a problem. So that's our departure now. Set, route set, that's fine. Only 3 waypoints, very simple flight. Should have fly plan itself from Volanta to sea. So fly out of Denver, straight to Tayru, straight to Ede, and then start the approach via UBabe into Palm Springs. Not difficult by any means. Right, got about 30 minutes to our departure time now, so we'll probably be back getting ourselves out the gate. So we'll start with the APU. Wait for the self-check to end. Byte sorted. APU door is open. APU starts. Yeah, ignore the other stream. There was a slight issue with it. Let me make sure it's actually dead. Yeah, ignore the other one. That's not supposed to happen. That was meant to be the next stream in 2 weeks, which is busted. I'll need to go back and fix that at some point soon. youtube.com/my_videos. Yeah, that's the URL. I know my YouTube. Right, let me kill the CTAC one. So, private save. I'll fix that later. Right, so, at this point, we are, well, AVs are running, that's fine. Make sure the thermostat active as well, it's pretty important. AP bleed available, we can turn off the external power. I'm hoping this time we don't have the same. I actually don't know what happened last time, where I turned something off too early, and then it decided to just kill the RS. AP is available. Press that again, it turns it off. I don't really want that, so yes, we'll give it a go. Back to ground on the aircraft. Disconnect to ground power carts. This time nothing disconnected, and APU is in use. Cool, perfect. I'm not doing anything wrong today. Passage borders, close the exits, close the cargo doors.
Captain, the cabin is secure. All passengers are aboard.
Thank you, co-pilots. Cabin crew, sorry. Not co-pilot, cabin crew. In fact, let me kill the sound. Since it's nice to have sound, but it does conflict with PACX, and I do prefer PACX, so we'll just do that. I haven't calibrated throttles yet, actually. Let me do that as well, since I had to reinstall everything. So, dual axis, yes, important. Max power set. Toga set. Climb set. Idle set. And the reversers are on a separate axis. That's fine. Okay, save. There you go. If you want to know how to calibrate throttles on the CRJ, that's how you do it. Yeah, I think I'm now good to go. So, AP's running. Disconnect from the ground. All secured. Chocks are removed. We'll quickly tap ourselves on auto intercom now, so make sure that's all set correctly as well. Bottom runway 17 right, Spirit stand B57, and taxiing to the runway we'll be using pushback to Bravo November, holding Mike 9. SID. We'll use the Rocky 5 for now, and that's all fine. So, AP power, activate the beacon lights without going to get ready. Engine startup. Strobes not yet, logo lights make requirements, and wing inspection lights can stay off. Let's call the pushback tug now. I suppose I was at a stand. Ground from flight deck. Request pushback.
Pushback request confirmed.
Looks like the Aerosoft racing fan is also turned on as well. Ah, is this an airport scenery where it doesn't have tug? Okay, fair enough. We'll do it based on the ghost then. Ground from flight deck. Ground from flight deck.
Good afternoon. Departure checks completed, doors and hatches closed, bypass pin inserted, so please release the parking brakes.
Brakes released.
So let the ride begin.
Yeah, so tug in this airport. Sometimes default, the modern airports have got default ground services, some don't. Unfortunately, this one does
You are
not.
cleared to start the engines now.
Right, engine 2 starts. Just wait for the end to turn facing east. Turn facing east.
Start turning so you will be facing an eastern course.
Engine 2 start. With it's not a bad pushback actually. I can live with that.
Slide the metal end into the buckle. Tighten by pulling the loose end of the strap. Lift the buckle to release. When the seatbelt sign
Right,
is
wait
on,
for the ignition to
seatbelt
finish, which it
should
has
be
done.
low and tight
Engine
across your
1 starts.
In case of unexpected turbulence, keep your seatbelt fastened, even when the seatbelt sign is off. Please take a moment to look around in order to familiarize yourself with the aircraft. This Boeing 787 has 8 exit doors.
Don't think it's
for
the
each side of the
787
aircraft. If the doors are
quite
opened in an emergency,
this size
slide rafts will automatically inflate.
cabin crew.
In a water landing, slide rafts detach from the aircraft and are used as life rafts.
Stop pushback.
All 8 exits are marked with
Fine.
overhead signs.
Tell when the parking brakes are set.
Brakes set. Brakes set.
Okay, sir. Have a nice flight.
Pushback complete. Make sure that my autopilot's up correctly, so climbing to level of flight level 37 or 36? 36. Make sure that our takeoff trim is set up correctly. Trim sets to 7.2. Currently sets to... where is it? 7.5, so just adjust that slightly.
Oxygen mask will drop from above your seat. If a strap appears, pull down on the strap to access your mask. Firmly pull the mask.
Flight time today, 1 hour and
Your nose and mouth.
55 minutes. 1 hour 55 today.
The band does not require adjustment.
Right, activates the APU bleeds.
Make sure your mask
Turn off the APU. And also activates the fuel dampener, stabilizer trim, and map trim. We'll close the APU door. It's fine. Lower the flaps down to the 8 degree position. Perfect. Also, actually, hang on, one more thing, sorry. Seatbelt sign on. Always forget something. Always forget something. We're good to go. Right, taxi lights on. Announced on Unicon that you're taxiing to the runway. And release the brakes and taxi to the runway. So it's a very simple taxi today. We just follow November. Bravo November all the way to the runway. we do need to push slightly to the left, just get ourselves onto the actual taxiway routing.
Large electronic devices must be turned. If it's necessary to turn off and stow your device. We'll be taking off.
What in the new Thrustmaster TCA Pack Boeing edition? I'd love to get my hands on that, James. It does look rather good. I do like my yokes, but I've not had a set. Well, I've not had my own yoke set in a little while now, just because of desk space. But if I get my hands on the TCA Boeing, then I will definitely be happy with that. So fingers crossed, touch wood. It won't send out too quickly if I get my hands on one. Live weather bug, not that I'm aware of, Hugh. I've had no issue with the live weather as of yet. I am using live weather right now, live weather live time, so hopefully nothing problematic gets sent my way. But again, you know what Microsoft Flight Sim is like, can be another temperamental platform from time to time. Right, so technical config okay, T-box no speaking active. There's nothing else I can think of not set. We'll activate the reverse thrusts once we are in the air. Hopefully I remember where the transponder is this time. There's a little panel on the right hand side which we'll be able to activate as well. Could you fly from Copenhagen with SAS to a Danish English flight? That's not what we could do, Magnus. Certainly we can do. Now, my scenery Denver is a little bit messy. I don't know why. I might have to reinstall Denver. So in fact, this is a fresh install. For some reason, some of these taxiways are a little bit off. How much of a drop is that? Smooth enough, I guess. Yeah, some of the I don't know if it's an issue. Well, probably it's most likely an issue on my end. Some of the ground mesh is a little bit off. That's what's in ground mesh. What's not? Here we go. There we go. Bit of a bump for the passengers. There we go. Runway's now ahead of us. Activate landing lights. We'll announce that we are entering the runway. Let me just turn on the transponder, which is done. Where is it? So, little switch. There you go. Is that? Yep, that was it. Transponder's active. Flight requests Hunter open to channel members, so for channel member, then yes, I can do Fezlands to New York with SAS. So V1, hang on, let me just double check my V speeds, 2 seconds. Hold position. Double my V speeds. So V1 135, rotate 135, V2 142. To confirm the calibration as well, my controller. Next page, calibrate throttle. Have got a toga set in. That's fine. Cool. Right. Cancel that. Let's get going, shall we? Squad the engines up. Engines 1, 2 looking stable. Airspeed live. Knots, 100 knots, V1 rotates. climb. Gear up. Reach 10 degrees, so that's 1. Make a right hand turn, get ourselves on to the initial heading. Just trim 2, just make sure that sets correctly. Keep pitching about 10 degrees. There we go. So long, Denver. You're fantastic Air Force, I must admit. Right, activates the nav and the speed control, and autopilot comes on. That's up. Set speeds to climb at 250 knots. And that's really passing 10,000 now because Denver's such a high altitude airport. We'll turn off the landing lights and we'll continue climbing at 250 knots until further notice. Yes, Denver's a very high altitude airport, therefore you do get out of the $10,000 limits very quickly here. Hopefully the frame rate's not too bad. I did get a slight encoder overload on the takeoff run there. Yeah, I'm looking at the stream back now. There is a slight lag. From your point of view, it does lag ever so slightly on departure there. Mine is smooth, but I just need to tweak OBS now to get it running a bit smoother on the stream side of things. I don't know how I'm going to do it. I don't know what's quite causing the overload there, but it's something for me to kind of investigate, play around with. But again, that's for another day. For now, we've got a flight to focus on. I'm going to turn off the airport information off of the ND there, since it's a little bit much. I'll do actually. It's a very detailed aircraft. The CRJ. Absolutely adore it though. I must admit, it's one of my favourites on this sim.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have now passed 10,000 feet. You may now turn on your larger portable electronic device.
1,000 feet. Thank you very much.
Fasten while you're seated and do not congregate in the galleys or near the lavatory.
Let's say turning off that later. Traffic. Automatic. I'll figure out the airport controls very shortly. Alright, now flying overhead the city of Denver itself. I've got a few custom external camera viewpoints to work, make it a little bit easier for me within the sim. I do like the Microsoft Flight Sim default camera. It's very fluid. If you can set it up correctly, it does take a bit of time to set up with the camera config and all that. But if you can do it correctly, it is very fluid, very good indeed. Now, how do I get rid of that preliminary airport information? Passing through 18,000 now. So let's see altimeter to standards. 2992 sets. How else do you do it? Flight requests are open to channel members pane, so if you want to pick up a flight request, become a channel member. I'm sure I'll find it. Just where is it? So I removed just the overload airport information on the navigation display there. Isle of the Caribbean, that's always an option there. EXT, I have got the British Norman Islander from Black Box Simulation. I do like that aircraft, actually. It's a very It may not be the most detailed aircraft in the world, but it's a very well developed one, I must admit. So yes, you can definitely do some island hopping at some point in the not too distant future. Especially now the Caribbean's got slightly longer days, and therefore it's certainly worth a look. Right, so go to the tablets, look at the FMC. Now there's where we can do it from here, apparently. But where? Simply, that's fine. Next page. MFD, speed, altitude, airports. There we go. That's what I get rid of. I hope. Well, that's useless. Speed, altitude, air range, that's fine. Airports. It's very strange, I must admit. I'm trying to mode, I guess. Oh, it's no big, I guess. Climbing out, passing now through 26,000 feet, flight level 260. Thank you, Diego. Thank you very much. I do appreciate your congratulations for the 38 there. It's made my simming, from my end, so much better. From a streaming point of view, still need to do some tweaking with it to get it running perfectly, but certainly from my point of view, it's running oh so sweet. I can't fault it at all, the 3080. It's running exactly how I was hoping, without too many problems there. Flight time, 1 hour and 55 minutes. Blue Falcon, 1 hour 55 from Denver to Palm Springs. Of course, with the high-speed cruise, you can always increase that. But we'll see how things go for the rest of the flight. Continue to climb out at Mach 0.64. As soon as we hit our cruising altitude 36, we'll then be able to increase our speed slightly for the rest of our flights. I have seen 8020's Infinite Flight Premiere. Yes, I mean I'm not really a massive Infinite Flight user. I've got the app. I have used it, of course. But yeah, it's nice to see how the platforms slightly increase as well, especially mobile platforms. Infinite Flight, the 3D buildings, the new weather effects, slowly really getting better there, I must admit. What button do you press to get the window seat views? It's a custom viewpoint, yes, set up yourself for Coaster. I've done a tutorial on how to set it up. You need to edit the Flight Sim's config files, set the coordinates, and then you get it. So it's not easy, you just load up and go. You do need to manually set up the coordinates yourself. But I've done a tutorial on that. Worth a watch if you're interested in doing that yourself. Passing now through 30,000 feet, flight level 300, very nearly at our cruising altitude. Does CRJ come close to reality out of the box? So I'm not using the mods with it on Holy. This is the Aerosoft CRJ, so it's not, well, it's a mod in itself, but not anything else on top of it. I like the Aerosoft CRJ. A lot of people do say it's one of the best aircraft in the sim, and it's actually one of the best paywares at the moment as well. Not perfect, but compared to what's already out on the market, you could do a whole lot worse, that's for sure. So I like it. I do really like it. I hope I can get rid of those airports on the thing that main flights and map options. Yeah, that's what I assume it would be. Maybe not. Some no haze on the Rockies down below. They're not bad looking, I must admit. Some low-level cloud haze over the rocks down below. Thank you very much to Woody for being a sponsor. Thank you very much, dude. Much appreciated. Welcome to business class. Thank you very much for the channel. You are a superstar. Give me a shout at some point, and we can also get together a request flight. If you're on Discord, drop me a DM, and I can sort something out with that. Bit of turbulence, nothing major. I'm off the seatbelts, get past airframes back for the first bit of the flight. As soon as we hit our cruising altitude, we'll then also go into the cabin and have a look at the passengers on board today. Oh yeah, the view's excellent. Coaster. Snowcaps Mountain, the Rockies slowly showing their winter colours. And hopefully, I mean, I've got this from 1440p downscale, sorry, to 4K downscale to 1440. I'm hoping it's still showing its shine. See down below, because it is excellent. Minor bit turbulence, minor. Sorry, a light chop. Actually, is that not Delta? Light chop. Definitely getting some updrafts in the mountains down below, but it shouldn't cause too many problems for the next bits of your cruise. Microphone sounds different. Have I changed today? I haven't changed anything particular, Summits. Is it better? Is it worse? Do let me know. If I need to change a few things, I can always change it. But let me know if it's not good. I'm fairly sure I haven't changed it. Let's check the audio setup. Nope, definitely the same one. GPU, Vodka, I'm using the RTX 3080. Used to be 1660, but finally got my hands on the 3080, so definitely quite happy with that. Sounds clearer, good to hear. That's always an improvement. Do you think Infinite Flight is a cheaper option instead of getting Game PC and a high-end flight sim? I mean, as a cheaper option, definitely, because one's a mobile platform that you just need a phone for, the other's a desktop platform that requires you to have all the hardware for it, plus all the controllers, plus the software itself. So yeah, is it a cheaper option? Yes, but at the same time, you don't quite get that same level of in-depth information at the same time. So really, yes, what can you afford? Also, what are you willing to get out of it? Don't expect the same kind of effects with Infinite Flight as you get in Microsoft Flight Simulator X 11 because they're two very different levels. Infinite Flight's good, but PC game, even Xbox as well. Xbox, kind of medium level, PC kind of higher up tier on that. Can play tier online. If you're on IVAO, Mukhtar, so if you're on the IVAO network, then yeah, feel free to tune in, feel free to say hello, and we can definitely do some flights together, no problem. Whenever I do fly on IVAO, I do usually get a few aircrafts following in tail. In fact, I did one on us today actually. Yeah, so this one, we're Skywest 5560. Behind us, we have got United Airlines 393 flying from Denver to Palm Springs. So yeah, I've got one aircraft in tow today, one aircraft just following on behind us. Right, it's cabin crew doing their drink service. We are at cruising altitude, always good to see. Speed's not terrible actually, Mach 0.70. What are we expecting on the Mac? That's what we expect in the arrival time. I'm going to get that information. Hopefully the answer is yes. Ah, hang on. Empty data. No. Empty menu. Aha, that's what I wanted. Right. Empty menu. Airports. Hide. There we go. That's what I wanted. That's what I wanted. Right, we'll go back to you then. So this is the incorrect way of doing things. Airports, bring that back. That's off. Speed and altitude will keep. Window, that's fine. Cool. That's decluttered the ND there. Massively for me. Rockers on site on this question. Yes, history. Yes, that's the site of. I had the link actually on screen for me 10 seconds ago. That's the one with the. Was it a rugby team? God, the thing is horrible. Was it the United Airlines one? Hang on. What was the flight number? Denver useful, but you're never going to get it. See it because you're in Switzerland. But lucky you can get it in Flight Sim. I mean, never say never, CoStar. I never thought I'd travel as much of Europe as I have done. Never thought I'd travel as much of the UK as I have done this year. Never say never. Got a long way ahead of you, dudes. Hey, if you ever go to America, go to New York, wherever. No, just any case flight to Denver. It's not an impossible connection to make. Frequent flights all year round. I grab a screenshot, I think, actually, because the scenery down below, again, the shadowing, the shading, beautiful, absolutely beautiful. That's one for the Volanta screenshots, all now in 4K. I can get it all loaded up correctly. Ooh, hang on, how does this work? Because this is a new setup. Screenshots 6. Why do default Windows screenshots save now? Are they in this drive or are they in a different place? I'm doing all my old flights and screenshots now. Quite a few good ones in this. There's this now conflicts. 1314, okay, it's not too bad. Benefit in 4K now, the OBS, sorry not OBS, the Volanta toolbar, not Volanta, sorry, PACX. The PACX toolbar is absolutely tiny now, so nothing to really hide with it. Ooh, and has a screenshot sorted been set correctly? Right, and yes, that's folders as well. Screenshots. Somewhere down below actually, will soon be flying overhead of Aspen. It's just behind us. Trying to get an idea of where the airport is, because again, Aspen as an airport is very good to approach into. I believe it's down there, in this valley. It's a visual approach, quite a tricky one, but the scenery you get into the mountains, very special. Aspen, very much a touristy winter skiing township. go, first 4K screenshots. Now uploading to Volanta. Big file size, I can imagine it made a little bit longer than it normally does. Go on, Sim, take your time. Yes, alternatives LAX you can't make it into Palm Springs for whatever reason. I don't see an issue with our approach today. Should make it without any problems. And as the terrain gets a bit lower, can I upload? Is it too big? Oh, that would be a pain if that's the case. Have to compress all future Volanta screenshots. Still looking at a few minor bumps of turbulence, nothing too major. Let's have our approach so we can get the rest of this flight plan configured as well. So I'm heading runway 31 left on the S101 approach. Go to S101. It's an RNAV, no ILS's. Okay, RNAV this is. RNAV 31 left Yankee. By the S101 approach. Vector transition, can we get ourselves into EAD? The answer is no. So vector ourselves in, transition. We've got EAD. So EAD, vectors, executes. So EAD or replace EAD. If we jump into the plan mode, have a look how it all sets up. So step by step, there is continuity, which is fine. We just need to jump from Esbono to Tavuk. Execute that. No sharp turns, nothing too major. We can always manually vector this final alternate Tavuk if we need to. That looks good to me. Yeah, it's quite mountainous terrain into Palm Springs. Coming from the west side does make life a little bit easier in terms of approach, but that again will be more determined later on to the flights. Top descent is marked at EAD. Aircraft will manage our descent all the way into the airport. So for now, sit back, relax, and enjoy the cruise we've got at hand. How in chat this evening? Hope you're keeping well. We're down runway 13 right. Nope, so we're looking at runway 31 left arrival today, Diego. Based on the winds at the moment, runway 31 left is the active runway. Yes, so the Flyby team are redoing a lot of the feature set of the A32NX. Hang on, let me just reset my window position slightly. So yeah, redoing a lot of the detailing that the default A320neo has in the sim, and hopefully give us a bit more of a realistic look to the aircraft as a whole. And yes, the A380 screenshot preview, absolutely amazing so far. Again, the Flyby team, it's all freeware, it's all fantastic, so yes, very excited for its future. Chance to go had you become a member. Let me drop you a link to the membership side of things. So you become a channel member. In fact, thank you Nightbot for dropping a link there. Yeah, that's the URL there if you want to become a member of the channel. Once again, if you are looking at the Palm Springs scenery, so we'll look at it later on in the stream when we do get to the airports. But for now, messed the stream up so bad, haven't I? Where is it? It's going to be over here. There you go. So if you want to check out the scenery, if you want to pre-order it, today's the final day to pre-order, so do check out if you're interested. 50% off with its pre-release sale, so worth a look. Palm Springs not bad like an airport. Also the scenery itself in the sim from Axonos, I like it. I like it. They have added a few extra small details with parks, jets, and stands, so a few things to look at as well on top of that. Right, passengers. We haven't got our passengers just yet. As he's on board, who's in the cabin, who have we got on the aircraft? Any names to recognise? Probably not on my point of view, but you never know. Someone might stand out. No, nobody on board today. Nobody that I can recommend. Anyone in chat notice anybody, give us a shout and we'll take a look. I'm pressing the screenshot now, just to get onto Volanta. Not quite the same shine it used to have anymore. Sad face. As passenger session, 92%, so nothing negative at the moment. They seem to be they seem to be enjoying themselves at the moment, all looking good. And again, the scenery down below, the whole mountainous snow terrain. I mean, just look at this scene. In terms from tell from the scenery as well, so the snow and the winter effects, they're not textures, they're not satellite images, rather it's all shader based. So the simulator Azure AI will look at the image down below, and based on factors, based on precipitation, based on the altitude, based on the type of terrain, the weather, the temperature, based on a whole lot of factors, what it will do is it will look at the green scenery down below, determine what steps. Is it a forest, is it a field, is it a road, is it a pathway, is it a house, and then using its shaders will place a layer of snow on top of it to create what is a realistic winter scene. So all the textures down below, nothing textured, nothing pre-rendered. This is all live and generated based on Azure AI data, which is being pulled from the sim itself. It is smart bit of tech, and overall very well executed. Microsoft Flight Sim definitely up there still with the one of the prettiest platforms ever to release. No, description's wrong there, Dan, sorry. Let me update the description now, the correct spec. Yeah, slowly getting into the hang of things now, the new spec. A few things I do need to adjust. There we go. Oh yeah, S-Pen 12, so they're also going for the shade-based scenery and season effects. They've been talking about it for a long time, season effects and X-Plane, so it's nice to see that progressing as well. I am excited to X-Plane 12, I am excited. Microsoft Flight Sim, going to be tough fights at the top there, but X-Plane has always had better fight dynamics, always had better kind of quality of aircraft from its release. Stuff like the Skywest 737, you've got Totus aircraft, very good. So it's going to be a tough fight for these crowns. We'll have a look at it. We'll definitely purchase X-Plane 12, have a look at it on release. And you never know, could be a bigger bang for your buck. Gamer, how are you doing? Welcome to the channel, welcome to chat. How are you today? Hope you're keeping well. Can't play nothing right now. Since GP back in 2 months. What GP did you have, Willie? 2 months sounds a bit short, I must admit. Yes, and a default A330. That's looking very good. I mean, X-Plane's default aircraft was in pretty decent as well. I mean, they got functional FMSs, they got decent bit of kit behind them. But no, the A330 looking beautiful. So, an aircraft will definitely be taken a look at as well when it does release. I mean, X-Plane's not dead. X-Plane really ain't dead. It's got a long feature. It's had a long history. It's definitely got a long future as well in front of it. So we'll be fair to it. We'll check it out. You never know. It might even better than well. Don't know if it'll go for the same. It won't need the same satellite imagery for its scenery, so we don't get quite that level of detail. But X-Plane's default scenery hasn't never really been that bad in particular. It'll be interesting to see. It'll be interesting to see. You had a 61 gigabytes. Still went through 38 to get here. Ah, okay. Did you get a refund on the broken card, or how did that all work out for you? Hopefully not a big financial loss, because, again, they're not cheap, especially this early on, and they ain't cheap GPUs. Sorry, question comment there. Do you have the export joystick? Use it as a controller? If so, which one do you have? So I use the Thrustmaster Hotas Warthog as model here. I have got the Hotas Warthog throttle. I like it. It's not actually. I like it. It's a metal build, heavy, weighted. Feels really good to fly and very accurate as well on the axes as well. So I like them. I use the Thrustmaster Hotas Warthog stick and throttle. 60 right here. Throttle currently off screen. Very good bit of kits. Highly recommended. I have flown Lufthansa quite a few. Oh, Lithuania, sorry. Lithuania, no, I haven't, Blue Falcon. At some point I will do. Certainly will take a chance to look out at Lithuania. But at the moment, the answer is no, I'm afraid. I've been overhead, but not been through. Well, not been to, sorry. Or from. So you're another one. Okay, so what are you going to do? You're going to keep the 3080 sub 3060? Or... I'm pretty just going for a refund, to be fair, at this point. Am I overclocking anything at the moment? The answer is no, Diego. At the moment, I'm not overclocking anything. Just running base clock both CPU and GPU. If I figure out what's causing the OBS encoder overload every so often, then maybe it would be worth overclocking whatever's causing that slowdown. My CPU's down to about... Well, let me run for a few seconds. And I'm kind of take a look at it from there, because neither are particularly heavy. When I do fly to busier airports, it does start to pick up. So CPU right now running about 34-36% usage. Nothing too bad. GPU 3D running about 64%. Video encoding up 14%. The dedicated GPU memory, so the VRAM doesn't even max out 10 gigs there. What is it right now? It's currently at 7.5. Again, go to a busy airport, that does max out. So one thing's 3080. They talk about the dedicated GPU memory not particularly high enough. I don't know. It's actually kind of on that level. Not terrible. Not going to be kind of a... Not enough for me to kind of refund it and complain and hiss and boo it, but definitely could have done a bit more GPU memory. I won't deny that fact. But overall, it's a very solid card. The only thing that's letting me down is OBS, I must admit. OBS can be a very clunky bit of software from time to time. Can you turn the volume up? Yeah, not a problem. I can turn the volume up ever so slightly more. How's that? Give me a shout if that's too much. Give me a shout if that's too little. How's that? You'll probably sell the 3060 to someone that needs it for NSRP. You know that greedy person. Oh, you're not gonna be a scalper, right? Never be a scalper. Never grow up. Perfect. Good enough. Okay. Right. I'll bear that in mind. Last time I streamed the louder flights, I had a few issues where some people mentioned that the volume's a bit of a balance. So the sim volume was fine, but the ATC was a little bit overpowering. So yeah, again, it's just going to be small tweaks to get things back to the level they were before the motherboard crisis. That was a pain, I must admit. Cruising at Mach point 8. Yeah, Mach point 803. We are doing pretty good for speed at the moment. Aircraft handling things very well. Half bank is activated. I don't really want it, so that off, I guess. Yeah, so I've got 2 external views as well added to the custom camera viewpoints. Negative, they don't have any external sounds because it's not quite its external sound bindings, but as per easy camera usage, it does make life a little bit easier. Cabin, CRJ from Aerosoft has got a full cabin as well, so you can walk around and explore as well. I love this aircraft a lot. It's very fun to fly, not particularly difficult to learn. Most of it's self-explanatory, and the overhead panel is very simple as well. And price-wise, not too bad actually. Compared to the PMD G77 price as per what we know at the moment, which is $139.99. Price-wise, not bad either for a high-definition, high-fidelity aircraft. Yes, here you go. So I will be doing the Santa Claus flights to... I'll be doing the Finland's Santa Claus village flights to Rovaniemi on December 22nd, which is the event date, Diego, so I'm doing that. I have got the Orbeck scenery, the MK Studio scenery for Rovaniemi, that's all installed. So I'll probably do a Helsinki return, because that's what you kind of do traditionally on that day of the year. Yes, the answer is yes, we'll try and do that. When did I get 3080 bad Engis? I got it about a week and a half ago. Then I installed it. Then I realised the motherboard didn't like it and it messed up the CPU fan, which forced the BIOS to block itself, so I had to buy a new motherboard. Then I fitted a new motherboard with the old hard drives. Then the hard drive Windows on it decided no one was working anymore, so I had to reformat Windows. It was a long old process, but we are back and running now, finally. Have I ever flown 747? No. I should have, because I haven't. Back in May last year, so May 2020, I booked a ticket to go to New York with British Airways on a 747. So I had the ticket in my hand. And then COVID struck, and the flight was cancelled, and British Airways retired 747. So I had it, and it just slowly taken away. So I got this close, should have done it, never have. So I hope to do it with Lufthansa, since they still actively fly the 747s fairly regularly in Europe, so that's the hope. Whether I actually get there, time will tell. How long did I get the 3080? Well, it took me 15 months from ordering to receive. 15 months. Yes, that's the hope, Velox. I do hope to do it with Lufthansa once time comes right for that. You're going to Vegas, also had a ticket in your hand, then COVID happened, closed down the whole strip and cancelled your flights. I know the feeling, dude. I know the feeling. Hector, can you stop spamming chat? Next time I'm just going to block you, because I'm bored of your random spamming now. Welcome James, how are you doing? Welcome channel, welcome to chat, how are you today? Yes, Flyboy 380 looking superb at the moment, game man. The cockpit previews looking better and better with every update. I think it's fantastic. I really do think it's fantastic. Yes, Grail. So I ordered 3080 on its release day, and I received it on Friday. Last Friday just went. So not last Friday, but previous Friday. So the 3080 released 15 months ago. Finally got my hands on it. Your first 747 flight was in 1990, that was in 2000, gosh. in terms of flight progress. We are now 40% of the way there, so just under halfway there now. Just under halfway there. Yes, and the Phoenix 320 looking pretty good as well. They released the updates on the UI for their own EFB tablets, looking pretty good. And overall the clock systems looking pretty good as well, so yeah, we'll pick it up, we'll have a look at it. I'm excited for the Phoenix 320. I mean, don't get me wrong, we won't abandon Flyby's A3 to an X. The A3X is a FreeO project, which looks fantastic, and is a Neo. The Phoenix is a CEO, so two different aircraft technically. Very much a technicality, but one's a CEO, one's a Neo. We'll use both aircraft, but I am excited for the Phoenix, yes. Good looking aircraft, and we're nice to get a proper A320 CEO in the ranks as well. It's almost 1 o'clock in the UK. How are you not tired? Oh, trust me, dude, I am tired. I woke up at 5 AM this morning. Actually, it was 5:30 AM I woke up. A long day. Now I'm streaming. I'll go to bed. I'll wake up at 7 AM. Head out. Do my shift at the Volunteer Railway. Get home for about 10 o'clock. Do another stream after bed. And then it's Blackpool on Monday. You haven't played since 2021. About to buy a ticket anywhere just for experience again. Oh, from 2001. Gosh, it's been a while, man. Last time I flew was 3 weeks ago. Flew for well, 2 flights in 1 day. Went from Cardiff to Belfast, then Belfast to Durham Tees. Flew the Jetstream 41, and then the Embraer 135. For any PC knowing, do you think a Ryzen 5 3600 with a 3060 Ti and 60 GB of RAM? Yeah, more than enough for Velox. I mean, the only thing that may lack you there is the RAM. Even then, if you're not streaming or not flying with particularly heavy scenery, then 60 GB RAM is more than plenty. I mean, how much RAM are we using at the moment? Let's have a look. So my memory usage right now is, so yeah, we're using 13 gigs of RAM. I've got 32 total. We're using 13, so 16 gigs, more than plenty. Of course that increases with heavy density scenery, but for most cruising usage, not a problem. Again, fine solo, no co-pilot on the right seat today. You're almost flights from 11600K with 3060 and 36 RAM, they should be fine. Not a bad spec that, not a bad spec at all. Oh yeah, high graphics, easy Velox. Absolutely high graphics. A few things on Ultra, not a problem there. Oh yeah, I love Drone Cam on Holy Grail. Drone Cam is the best thing to ever arrive on Flight Sim. Took a bit getting used to, but I think it's fantastic. Now, go by the CRJ, decided to wait until 727 release. I mean, it's down to you really, dude. I like the CRJ. It's a very nimble aircraft, very easy to fly, very hands-on. There's no auto throttle, so the throttle we're doing manually. But for the most part, the aircraft controls its speed without too many problems anyway. Can you control the speed on the Bombardier? You can do void check, but it's only really used for climbing and descending. There's no auto throttle, so you use speed for controlling your speed during climb and descent. Same for the... where is it? Same for the vertical speed knob, you use that as well for climbing and descending. For the most part, you are doing it all by hand, the old-fashioned way. Hoping it's in for Christmas, you've done FSX for years and ready for an upgrade. Oh yeah, absolutely, Stefan. I mean, Microsoft Flight Sim is a beautiful platform. I absolutely adore it. It's not everyone's cup of tea, but yeah, I think it's fantastic, so I'm gonna stick with it for a little longer, I think. So we have a landing in approximately... So time to ground is about 50 minutes at the moment, just under an hour to go. So we are about 18 minutes ahead of schedule, which is pretty good. 18 minutes ahead of schedule. That will change our approach, a bit more of a windy approach on this route. Might have to get the CRJ. You like hands-on aircraft, fly a lot of prop and flying. And helicopters, yeah, helicopters are pretty good. I mean, there's the high performance group of helicopters, which are fantastic. I mean, helicopters aren't even officially supported in Sim yet, apart from that quadcopter. So what HPS have done is remarkable with flight dynamics. Yeah, like I say, CRJ is a very hands-on aircraft, not too fiddly. The overhead panel is very light compared to other aircrafts. Pretty small panel, pretty simple to follow. FMS as well, not... Come on, Sim. There we go. FMS is not particularly difficult to follow as well. Very simple to get going. You'll enjoy it, dude. You'll enjoy it. Yes, the CRJ is payware, Hector. CRJ from Aerosoft is payware. Third party, but a decent one at that. Mr. Doodoo, how you doing? Interesting name there. Mr. Doodoo, how you doing? Welcome to the channel, welcome to chat. Hope you're keeping well, dude. Graphics prices up? Yes, so, graphics card shortages. When Microsoft Flight Sim released, there was a massive hardware shortage, lots of sticks and yokes just going sold out straight away. There was a shortage of a fair few things, thanks to the Microsoft Flight Sim. But slowly it has improved. FPS Velux, I'm getting 30 FPS right now, but that's only because I've locked Sim 30 FPS. If I turn it off the FPS limiter, I'd get about 45-50. But because of streaming, I have him 30, and it just makes life a little bit easier for OBS as well, and that gives a bit more breathing room for rendering. So 30 FPS, locked to 30. I turn it off, about 45-50 I'd get quite easily with this at 4K, which is pretty good. That's the thing, on my monitor, it's not 1080p, it's not 1440p, 4K streaming, so you are getting the proper bang for your buck. Get that SimBrief app too once you get your GPU. Yeah, it's free to download, dude. It's not even to download, you just do it online. But SimBrief, very good program. I use it for everything. So here's our flight plan. Generate both SimBrief. It's in the proper Lido format, Lufthansa integrated dispatch option, which is kind of the standard dispatch formats for aircraft. Yeah, I think it's fantastic. You've got the maps, charts and graphs at the bottom there. Got your altitude control, winds, temperatures, altitude, terrain, a whole lot. Yeah, very true, Ian. Microsoft Flight Sim does not need any more than 30 FPS. It's pretty much standard for this platform. Anything more than that is overkill. How can you figure out the wind to expect? So, on the Simbrief flight pan, it gives you your average wind to the flight. So our average wind today is 293 at 48 knots. At the moment, it's reporting 296 at 50. So virtually same heading, virtually same speed. So yeah, that's the average winds, which is pretty similar to lifelike actually. Yeah, within a few degrees, within a few knots. And at the bottom, you also then have a more direct figure. So this is a wind chart right here, showing you the direction of the wind, and then different strength of winds as well throughout the region. So it's all given to you by the charts. Also, ATIS, you can always listen to and request local ATIS. You did download the CRJ-700 a while ago on Microsoft Flight Sim. It had problems start the sim. Hope it's going to work. If you like the aircraft modes. Yeah, even on X-Plane as well. Sorry, on FSX. I did have the old CRJ for FSX. Frame rate for me never quite as smooth as this, but again, very technical aircraft. Very good to fly indeed. And honestly, it's a nice break away from the A320 all the time as well. It's a capable aircraft, this. Honestly, I don't fly it enough on this channel. I don't fly it enough. I don't use your X-Ray of the Force Goose. I'm using default live weather. Would I recommend it? Not particularly. I mean, if... what's it called? If Active Sky came from Microsoft Flight Sim, then I'd consider it, but Rex Weather Force, the way it injects the weather into the sim, doesn't quite give the same visual aspect as the default live weather. Not to say it's unrealistic, it still doesn't quite have the same appeal to it, so the answer is no. I don't have it. I wouldn't necessarily recommend it, to be honest. Not much about the Payware Dash as of late, Willie. Certainly a bit quieter on that front at the moment. As soon as the news starts appearing, then we'll have to talk about it more in the streams as it comes up, but unfortunately, nothing much at the moment that's there is to talk about, really. For some reason, the airline switches don't work on the CRJ. I mean, they do, Josh, if they should do. They're just located in a funny place. They're on the lower pedestal on the left-hand side. So not on the overhead as you'd expect them to be. Make sure both these are set to nav. But yeah, they should work. Nothing blocking the way. Rex was fantastic on FSX. The old, what was it? What was the cloud add-on they had on there, which everybody adored? Yeah, the volumetric cloud add-on. I can't remember what it was called. That was fantastic. Best clouds in the sim by a long stretch. But for Microsoft Flight Sim, not quite there yet. Default clouds, default weather, already pretty good for us. Oh, don't click on them, Josh. If you use the mouse wheel, you scroll. In CRJ, you don't click on a lot of switches. Use the mouse wheel to scroll instead. So yeah, don't click. Use the mouse wheel. At cruise, aircraft handling well, Mach 0.80 at the moment. Sorry, Mach 0.69, that's still down a tad bit, but nothing major. Sorry, I lied, Mach 0.805. Speed just set to 69, that's fine. We'll just do that. So yeah, Mach 0.80, aircraft handling fine. Oop, I see you've gone for the capital letter there, Josh Shift, and now we've lost yourself 5 seconds in the chat. Right, so we're now leaving the main bit of the Rockies. terrain starts to get a little bit flatter from this point on. Not flatter, more valleys. Well, we are slightly north of the Grand Canyon at this point. Actually, tell a lie. We go right through the Grand Canyon. That's screenshot's on not load, is it? That's annoying. Yeah, so we go to the north of the Grand Canyon, or just through it. The other aircraft is still behind us in the trail. I'm a little concerned actually, the United there behind us flying a lot faster. Therefore, any distance we had is now being closed. No problem for me as such. In fact, he's already overtaken me. Where are they? What's our altitude? So we're at 3.6, they're cruising at flight level... They're only at 30,000 feet, then well below us. Let me try and find their position. They are in front of us at 3 miles. Ah, there they are. In that case, if they carry out that speed, they'll land before us, but hopefully enough separation in place so that they can land. And we'll be behind them with plenty of time to spare, but I must admit, it's a very low cruising altitude they've gone for tonight. Not negative, just low. Otherwise, welcome to the Grand Canyon. Let's start on the passenger, shall we? Hello legends, been a quick update from the flight deck. Right now we are flying overhead the Grand Canyon, and as it stands we are running approximately 18 minutes ahead of schedule, so we're looking to land within the next 40 minutes or so, preferably sooner than that. And right now we are flying over the Grand Canyon about 18 minutes ahead of schedule. That'll be a point of interest. Quick update from the flight deck. Right now we are flying overhead the Grand Canyon, and as it stands we are running approximately 18 minutes ahead of schedule, so looking to land within the next 40 minutes or so. He was going to join us, but he couldn't figure out the CRJ, unfortunately going to take off. Oh, don't worry, Josh. I mean, if you're still practicing the aircraft, then don't go straight into the IVAO while I'm flying, of course not. Practice the aircraft, learn the basics. I've done tutorials on the CRJ, so do check those out as well. Most people seem to think they're quite handy in the comments. Yeah, follow the tutorials, learn the basics, and kind of go from there, dude. Don't rush in straight away, especially if you don't really know what you're doing just yet. Practice, and then dive right in. Yeah, a bit of turbulence. That'll be updrafts from the canyon itself. You can see the aircraft in front of us there, slowly flashing by. A little bit of cloud cover down below, but nothing too major. In a couple of moments, I'll probably have a look at the weather updates for Spring Palms. Start thinking about our top percent approach into our destination. Give me 2 seconds. I'll get back on the chat in a moment. Just need to do one quick check. Well, one quick check. I need to reset my stream, or I messed up. That was annoying. I won't lose too much stat wise. Do know why it got signed same stream key. That's very annoying from restreaming that. Delete that. We'll delete the broken stream. Did I even promote the right stream on the channel? Yes, I did. Not the end of the world. I'm being stupid, but I'm not being ridiculous. That goes there. That'll be a 5 PM start top. And that goes there. Looking at a few bumps down below. Again, nothing too serious for us to particularly worry about. Right, let's have a look. So, just feel over this, yeah, keep practicing. So today we're flying to Spring Palms, Jake. Flying to Spring Palms Airport in California. No, it's game man. You take care, dude. Have a good evening. Bye bye. Still crash desktops and your device. Lower your graphics settings, Justin, or turn off your overclocking. Overclocking can kill Microsoft Flight Sim. Too much scenery can kill Microsoft Flight Sim. So turn down your graphics slightly and stop overclocking. Also, yes, good shout there, Willie. Check your community folder mods because sometimes they can also cause conflict and also crash the sim from there. So Grand Canyon down below, also looking pretty fascinating. Not so much from the right hand side. Sorry, not so much from the left hand side, right hand side. That's where it's all at. Other wing reflections. I know on the A320 the ultra reflections make the wings mirror-like. Yeah, this aircraft too, just complete mirror on the wings there. Super shiny. Too shiny if anything. I might turn down the reflection settings. Not because it's bad, because it's too realistic, too much shine on the wings there. It's crazy. I have seen the new Captain's Mission 767 Aviation James. I am not impressed. So like the 777, it's an aircraft I will never be flying ever on this channel. The 777-200 ER was the one exception that I didn't realise how bad it was when I first purchased it. Not worth it. Definitely not worth it. Won't even go into the topic of Captain's at the moment. If you want to see my opinion on that, actually, check out the original 777 stream. Watch the last half an hour. So when we start approaching to Heathrow, kind of the approach, how bad the ILS line and all mess up on that. I've got pinned comments, I can open letters to Captain Sim and a few other things as well. If you want to see my full opinion on that, check out that stream. Do I have DSR turned on? I don't know actually, I must admit. But that reminds me, I need to start with the overlay things as well. I must admit, I don't know. How do I check? There you go, I want to enable GeForce Experience. I need to go through GeForce Experience. I don't want to go through GeForce Experience. Here we go, right. These are smoothness. I can do it from the... Where are you? Media control panel. Right, so if I look at that, on the global settings, DSR smoothness, I can access from there. Self-factors on. That's for increasing use slides control smoothness versus sharpness downscale image. So no DSI you can use for upscaling the stream. So I've already got native 4K on this. So is it something I particularly want to do? It upscales to 4K without loss of image, but improves performance. But would I then need to change my native monitor resolution, or is that done separately? Like I said, I'd need to know more. DSi is a great technology, but I don't know enough about it yet to do it. So can I potentially set? So I know with GeForce you can set the experience up separately for different games. So what? So what? In Microsoft Flight Sim, sets the resolution like this. So set that to 1440p, and then using this against Microsoft Flight Sim DSR times 2. Is that better? Is that how that works? There's something to be experimented actually. It's a shout. Fair play, dude. It's a shout. I'll look into that. So I'll set a sim to 1440p, and then use DSR to upscale to 4K plus smoothness. Worth a look. Welcome, Claude. How are you doing? Favourite plane? 737 or 747? 73 or 747? How are you doing, dude? Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the chats. Yes, that one was... Okay, I'll do a bit of research on that. I'll also do a bit of benchmarking as well. Could I run Microsoft Flight Sim at 1440 and use the graphics card to upscale and smooth at the same time? It's worth a look, eh? Worth a look. Although, I do want to turn off the Xbox overlay, Windows 10. Disable, right. Press Windows I. Locate and select gaming. Turn off the Xbox game bar. Not interested. Not interested in that. Graphic settings. Preference. Microsoft Store apps. Microsoft Flight Simulator. Add options. Performance. Reduce latency. That's fine. And again, so MSFS, Microsoft Game Mode. Is it worth having? leave it for now. Let's go from 1080 to 4K. Yep, that's also an option, Ian. Do I really want to do it from 1080 up this size? There's a lot for me to try out. I'm excited actually. Again, there's so much possibility that 3080 opens up. It's a beautiful, beautiful graphics card. I mean, even this, native 4K, nothing special. Smooth, fast, looks good, feels good. Can't fault it. Really can't fault it. Do I have plane spotting at local airports or not? I mean, my local busy airport is Heathrow. I don't go out to go plane spotting, if you know what I mean. So I don't wake up one day for like, I'm going to spot airplanes and go to the airport. If I'm ever passing by an airport, I might stop for like half an hour or so just to have a look at the aircraft approaching and landing. But I won't go out to spots. If I'm out with a friend, then maybe okay. But look, we're near an airport, we'll go have a look, but it's not something I set out to do, if you know what I mean. So I won't wake up, feel like spotting one day, and then go to airplanes. That's not quite me, I'm afraid. So yes, I will spot planes from time to time, but it's not my go-to thing. GPU usage. My GPU usage right now is about 60%. When we approach busy airports, that will increase, but for now, at cruising altitude, 60% is what you really need. At least on the 3080. More than that, you're going to overkill that. Yeah, it's a bit late one tonight, Dizzy. It's a bit late one, but hey ho. And yes, good morning. It's currently 1:15 in the morning UK time. I'm going to sleep well tonight. In fact, I've got my alarm set up. I'm going to need to get to... where am I going to? Arrive by 8 o'clock, please. 7:45, 7:43. Yeah, it seems like about 6:45 AM. Something like that. I'll go 6:50 because I'm kind to myself. Oh boy, give me a short slice of sleep. Welcome Marlene, how are you doing from Indonesia? Welcome channel, welcome to chat, how are you today? I'm not gonna lie, dude, Ian. I don't always trust random third-party software. Monero, not my cup of tea. I'll just stick to native Windows. But thanks for the suggestion. You're looking at Stansted. Have all that land says Ryanair and EasyJet. True that. So since I'm driving out to Heathrow, would you really drive to Heathrow just to spot? I don't know. Not my main thing, I'd say. Sorry about that. That's sort of something real worldly for a second there. Yeah, the sense of might find it a bit boring, but one of the things you always... I mean, if that's what you do there, James, then you do you. No one stop you, no one change you. What to say, really? How's the sim looking from my end, actually? So double check the old frame rate and resolution. 1440p if I zoom in. Then just do some random camera movements. Because the keyframe interval is the other one that YouTube has quite key. Oh, that's perfect. Yeah, no issue with that. I can remember that. Yeah, that's perfect. Ooh, in fact, top percent, it's just around the corner. Not 20 miles of descent. Getting very close now. 80 miles down to 10,000. And my way down from there. Cool. So we'll get a quick weather update for the arrival. Kilo Papa Papa 8s. Right, so at Palm Springs it's calm winds, no winds reported, 10 statute miles visibility, no clouds reported, 16 degrees centigrade, 2.7, altimeter 3014, weather's perfect. Hello legends, and a quick update from the flight deck. We are just about to hit our top descent and we'll be landing at Palm Springs in approximately 22 minutes. So far looking good on arrival. We are seeing weather about 17 centigrade, about 40-50 degrees Fahrenheit, with clear skies, no winds, all looking very good on the arrival. Once again, just about to hit our top descent, so if we wish to use toilet, please do so now. Before we start our descent, turn on the seatbelt sign and prepare the aircraft for landing. Thank you. Microsoft Flights in the Seasons, Stefan. I mean, right now it's like this because it's like this in real life. It's too warm for snow. If you go back about an hour into the stream, when we flew over the Rockies and flew over Aspen, I mean, at the moment it's like -10 in that region. So there's how the ground covered in snow, rivers are frozen. The similar seasons, it's all shader based. Based on a lot of factors, it's actually one of the best ways you can do seasons in Flight Simulator. It has it a lot, dude, trust me. You just never fly anywhere to see it. The Bablo, sorry. Nice to be on board. Yeah, food and beer. Nice one, dude. Welcome channel, welcome chats. Hope you're keeping well tonight. Right, so we are ready to descend. Before I start descent, I realise I haven't got our intercept altitude sorted out yet. Right, open charts list for approach runway 31. Again, there's no got ISO, is it? Because it's all RNAV approach. Okay, that's fine. 4,000 feet will be our base altitude for now. So set altitude to 4,000 feet. Vertical speed and send a rate of, I don't know actually, let's have a look. Just throttle. There's the Arc of Doom. Again, all hands on, no auto throttle. Having to judge manually Raise the descent. That'll do for now. We'll always adjust that as we get closer to our descents. The season's out just released. Haven't looked into it. I've seen it. I'm quite happy with default seasons, if I'm going to be honest with you. It's worth a look, we'll have a look, but for now, quite happy with defaults. But no, Microsoft Flight Sim has seasons, and they're very, very good. In fact, go look at my stream yesterday into Vienna. Vienna was snowing, and the sim rendered that snow. Excellent. I don't know. Flew Germany yesterday in stream. Snow covered ground, no problem. Check your weather settings, what I can really suggest, because as far as I can tell, it has the lots. Even weather, I haven't got too many issues with weather. Seasons, weather, all works without a problem for me. At least that's my personal experience with Flight Sim. Maybe others have a different experiences so far. Alright, so the United in traffic at the moment, that's also leaving its cruising altitude. 2 aircraft inbound to Palm Springs. Hopefully some pretty decent landings ahead of us tonight. Oh yeah, the Aerosoft CRJ is fantastic, Stefan. I'm glad you agree. I adore the aircrafts. Best payware so far at the moment. Aerosoft have done a fantastic job with this aeroplane. Yeah, honestly, can't wait to see more of it. Can't wait to see more. We'll do for sure Vex. Definitely tomorrow using more Jetstar, definitely. Australia especially, because the next Microsoft Flight Sim World update is in Australia. So as soon as Sim Update 7 comes out, we'll spend a bit of time in Australia. That's not definitely gonna. Sorry, is it Sim Update? No, World Update. World Update 7 will be Australia. So once that comes out, we'll do some dedicated Australia streams. Stuff for us to enjoy. DC-6. No, you are right, Diego. It's a very in-depth aircraft, the PMD DC-6. Very in-depth, more so than I can ever understand. But again, that's the PMDG quality for you. They are very good at what they do. Very good for what they do. Alright, I'm not going to get replay this time. I'm going to remember to start recording this one today. Last time was a bit of a damp squib, I must admit. Because I forgot. HMI ILS is also set up for the... No, not ILS, it's an INAV. Aha, okay, right. Come on, Drawyah, better than this. So we'll set up the... Give me 2 seconds. I mean, the Runway 13 approach is particularly complicated, and you have to follow the value around. If the winds were appropriate for it, we would have done that. In fact, tell you what, winds reported 0, aren't they? I'm going to do that instead. Any inbound? What inbound have we got? Espono. So Espono 1. Right, Espono. Let's keep that because. Whoops. I guess you, babe. Sorry. Ooh, hang on. What have I done? That's fine. That's fine. Right, I've just. There you go, that's fine. So we're going to do the runway 13 approach, which is the more fun one. Okay, the wind's not reported anything at the moment, so we do get the opportunity to do it today. At the moment it's 34 knot winds. That line there is a glitch for my own part. Let's have a look quickly. So if I go to plan mode, right, so clouds, Espono, Yagus, that's it, hopefully Yokal, Wasuk, that's it, reject, so yes, that's fine, that's the approach in, and then Denver style flight plan, that's what we've got already so far. So, I'll direct to cloud just to stop any further confusion with the flight plan, hopefully. For some reason, the aircraft's adamant. And probably messed something up there with the approach. Can I just redo it perhaps? Get rid of you. Get rid of you. Cancel modification. Ah, okay, we have got approach up for us. Very good. Well, if you're going to say hello, once I figure out I've done that. Hang on. I don't know, as long as we find a flight plan, we're not. That's my problem. We're no longer flying the flight plan that we need to. It's kind of gone off on its own heading there. Right, hang on, let me just do a right fashion way. Right. KPSP. Execute. That should kill the flight plan, hopefully. That doesn't. There we go, right, that's killed that. It's not the way I want to do it, but it's kind of the way I've got to do it, but I've messed up slightly. Right, arrival. On nav 13. S101 approach. Transition. That's fine, we'll go direct to you, babe. Execute that. Legs. You, babe, direct. Execute. Make sure we find the nav. Perfect, problem solved. Just had to give the aircraft a bit of a kicking there. That is fine now. So WISAC, bring it up, execute that, and that is our approach good to go. Perfect. I know what I'm doing. Yeah, thank you, Daniel. Thank you for, well, thanking me a heads up for the approach there. I'm speaking to Aldo very shortly. Ooh, I'm looking at the ATIS for the approach. I'm going to request 1-3. At the moment, the arrival runway's 3-1. I'm going to see if I can request the 1-3 RNAV approach instead. You don't ask, you don't get, what I can say. Right, altimeter was 30... 3014. Make sure the seatbelt signs are active. So for this approach, the altitude constraints are by far the most important thing. Right, we'll base it off of WeSat, which is 6,000. Facts. We'll do that. No, it won't. We'll do Espano. I'll do that, and then we'll hook onto the WISAC. Hopefully that's fine. We've got continuous ground online. Very good. Right, so tune frequency 126.7.
Flight level 100 inbound Cebu.
United 393, local approach, good evening. Roger, squawk 7231.
Squawk 7231, please confirm for United 393.
Got charts up now. Pretty simple with the approach path in. Just got to follow the altitude steps on the way in. So 6,000 Lasuk, 4,400 at Lasiv, 3,800 at Vivut, 2,900 at Jacksot, Nudsi, follow the approach into runway 13.
Yeah, the 393, regular contact at 8,800. Descend and maintain 3,000. Expect RNAV runway 31 left approach.
Descend, maintain flight level 3,000 feet and expect RNAV approach to runway 31 left, United 393.
I'm going to request a 1-3 right. Good evening there. As we approach, this is Skywest 5560, passing through 11,000 inbound Espano.
Skywest 5560, focal approach, good evening. Roger, squawk 7362.
Squawk 7362 for Skywest 5560. Alright, 7362. Skywest 5560, could we request the RNAV approach for runway 13 right, if possible?
Roger, stand by.
Right, 7362.
Good, 5560, so-called approach. Affirmative. You're clear for the RNF runway 13 yard approach. Report final.
Skywest 5560 cleared for the RNAV runway 13 approach, and we'll report when on final. Thank you very much. Pass through 10,000, so activates the landing lights. Taxi lights on. No, off for now, that's fine. We'll arm the reversers as we press out through the approach. Start recording the replay as well, so my chat's also going in the background. What's the folder called? FlightControlReplay. This will be CRJ on Springs. I hope. There we go. Right. Thank you there, Sim, for giving me a quick heart attack. Always appreciate that. I'm going to decrease our descent right now slightly so we can get ourselves onto one, slow approach, and two, below 250 knots at this point. The airport is just on the left hand side in this valley here. We're doing essentially hugging the ground on the approach heading to the left. Flaps 1, flaps 8 degrees. Increase the altitude to the 3000 required for. Is it 3000? No, coming this side, 2900, okay, for GX slot, that's fine. Not concerned by the haze in the ground, but certainly there for me to make sure I slide on. Passing 2800, so far so good for the altitude. Not too bad, Todd. How are you doing? Welcome to the channel, welcome to chat. Hope you're well, dude. Here comes the left-hand turn. To bring us onto the approach path now for the runway. So, based on charts, we now need to drop down to 4,400 by Lassive. Increase the rate down to 1,000. Have a look. Jacksots 29. 1,500 feet per minute. That's a little bit less than that. 1,400. Jet stop, Nutsi, runway 13 right. Follow a 3.8 degree turn rates down, heading 130, 1,713 by Nutsi. Just going to silence the ground terrain, only because the airport is surrounded by this. Okay, can't do that, fair enough. Where's terrain radar? Terrain radar is there. If it'll work, probably not. Get down. Speed that. Be a wind farm on the right hand sides. That's there. That's the whole thing's a wind farm. So very impressive, the surrounding scenery of this airport. I should very soon come into sight. Our minimums is going to be 882. I don't think there's enough windmills. 5 miles. Skywest 5560, runways in sight. It's not clear, but runway's right there.
5560, runway right, clear.
Clear to stand runway 13 right for Skywest 5560. Autopilot's off, I'm in control. There we go, that's getting better now. Cabin crew, seats planning please. Right, pre-end checks. Gear down, gear green, flaps set, spoilers armed, reversers armed, cabin secure, pre-land, landing clearance received, pre-land checks complete.
400. 200. 100. 50. 40. 30. 20.
Throttle
10.
versus set. Very shallow descent path there. Yep, got the reverses. That was a very quick slowdown as well. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Palm Springs. Gosh, that was a very short ending there.
Skywest 5560, contact ground for 9, good day.
Contact ground for Skywest 560. Thank you very much, take care and goodbye. Good evening. Hello there, Palm Springs ground. Skywest 5560 is requesting taxi to the stand.
Skywest 5560, Palm Springs ground. Welcome to Palm Springs. You can taxi to the ramp via Whiskey 2.
Taxis ramped by Whiskey 2 for Skywest 5560. Right, let's grab the old ground charts up. Well, it's pretty standard taxiways in front of us, so onto Whiskey 2 covers onto the ramp, and then just go to bring the aircraft into gates. We'll start the APU now, so APU, open the door, put it into bytes. Looks like set, APU starts. That's up. Look into that in 2 seconds. I'll see the aircraft's chosen stand park where the default scene is by the aircraft as well. Oh well, that happens. There we go. Welcome to hang on. That way around. There we go. We'll park up at a stand used by the CRJ's United Express, which are generally on the western side of the terminal. Some more remote stands that we can easily squeeze ourselves into. Of the strobes as well, since we are off the runway. Same for transponder. Switch over to standby. In hold position, parking brake sets, APU is available, engines, engine 2 off, engine 1 off, there we go. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Palm Springs. local time right now. It's approximately 6:07, with temperature now outside at... Genuinely, I have no idea what Fahrenheit is. About 16 degrees centigrade. We thank you for flying with United Express. We hope you enjoyed your flight with us today, and we hope to see us again in the very near future. Cabin crew, disarm doors and cross-check, please. Flight time today was 1 hour and... about 1 hour and 40 minutes. So, I go to the public. Chocks before that. Speed lights off, chocks in place, bring the ground power cart to the aircraft, open the door, guard doors up the stairs, guard doors open, aircraft can then move their way. Luggage will issue that. Solar power is now available, so we will turn off the APU, turn off the fuel pumps, and leave it on the ground power for now. All the mission taxi lights turned off, this was important. And there we have it. Welcome to Palm Springs. So again, this is the soon releasing... no, this is Palm Springs, Rancho. I'm very sure this is Palm Springs. Yeah, there, this is Palm Springs. This is the all-new scenery coming out from Axonos Studio. So it releases next week. Again, overall, not a bad airport design. This very rustic. Voted, I think it was voted last year or the year before as the US's third least stressful airport to pass through as passengers. So, what does that benefit? It's worth a look. If you want to pick it up as well, previous discounts, you do get 15% off as well. So, worth a look. Also, the wind farms in distance. I think it'd be to that. As a admit, also, not on the FPS there. Quite like the United Express A220s as well, dotted around the scenery. Because I know United Express and Delta Connection have both ordered the C series. That's C series, not C, yeah, C series A220, and I think that's actually an Embraer of some sorts. Yeah, that's an Embraer over there. So a few different dotted aircrafts. Where's the other one I saw at Gate earlier? The one that merged with the other. I think that was IVAO as well. Maybe, I don't know. But no, not a bad scenery. That's... I do quite like it. I do quite like it. So yeah, mad thanks to Axonos for giving us a copy of it. Once again, link to Axonos in the description to their Facebook page, as well as a pre-release link if you do wish to pick it up at some point too. All that's left now for us is to really go through the replay and go through the end of flight setup. So it's finished recording the replay. Disconnect from IVAO, thank you for the service today on the approach, that was superb. Right, finish on Volanta, that's fine. That's flight's completed. A slight hiccup at the end there, but hey ho, we can live with it. Right, look at the replay, shall we? So, loads. This is going to be CRJ into Palm Springs. And, for passenger doors, no! I think that's,
Terrain.
no, I've messed up the doors now. Come on, Drawyah, better than... Well, obviously I'm not better than this. Right, if I can try and cheat my way around it. Hang on. Close, close, close. I can cheat. I'll reconnect and go from there. Hovercraft. There we go. Right, we have ourselves a replay. So, start off with the passenger point of view, I guess. Starts off at about, I don't know, 1,000? Yeah, about 1,000 will do. Start from the left hand side, I think. So, passing scenery. Massive wind farm. Has got photogrammetry for scenery as well around it, so you'll be able to see the city as you pass by. Again, the actual terrain, the approach is pretty fun from both north and south. So runways 13 and 31. Yeah, just overall, very, very fun airport to fly in and out of. So, left hand side passenger view. In the outskirts of the city.
400.
Should be able to stream tomorrow, Diego, if all goes to plan, yes. I'm not sure what I'm going to fly just yet, but I do plan to stream tomorrow, yes. Again, very shallow approach path and glide slope into the airport. I didn't actually notice any pappies, I must admit. I was very much doing it based on my own approach, my own eyes, but the runway lighting actually as well. Very, pretty, very visible as well. Always helpful for this kind of airport. You're not looking for it to the very last second, thanks to, in this case, it's like a bit of a sandstorm at the moment, I must admit. I left one on the finished packs, didn't I? Yeah, it's going to be a bit of a mess. End flight. Better in a second, I guess.
40. 30.
Hang on, let me do this with the final approach from the passenger point of view. Hang on. Yes, we try the connection. There we go. Right. Then it accepts this. Satisfaction drops a bit. That's fair enough because it's not quite sure where it is at the moment. But replay will give us a proper landing.
400.
I have got the DC6 from PMDG Willie. Yes, I do. 8:30 in the year tomorrow. We'll see. I do need to re-download that one as well, but I'm only thinking of doing a short. Well, I'm going to do a short haul tomorrow because I've got another 4-day work up ahead, and then a morning trip on Monday. So only a short flight, maybe an hour tops. This was a very, very smooth descent into this runway. Very smooth short final, and
10.
touchdown. Nope, not essentially the replay, Diego. This is just sound of the aircrafts on the, in this case, on the short final. But yeah, the sound is coming from the aircrafts. There you go. Now the passenger at the end of the flight reports.
And it's currently about 55 degrees Fahrenheit. You can now use your mobile devices. Please remain seated until the aircraft has come to a complete stop and the seatbelt sign is turned off. Remember to use caution when...
Right, I wonder if I can menu and flights. Get on cancel flights.
Opening the overhead bin, as items may have shifted during
How far do I need to go to the replay to accept it?
Thank you for flying with us. If you're making a connection, we encourage you to check your itinerary to ensure a smooth continuation of your journey.
Will you do it? Yeah, there you go. Engine shut down. That should kick PACX into life then. And then switch off the seatbelt sign. There, deboarding, right. End of flight, over report. So, UA556. Okay, engine failure. N. What? Failure. Okay, ignoring that. That's why the passengers are unsatisfied. So, departure time is pretty much accurate on midnight. Planned arrival time was slightly off, but hey ho. Managed it earlier. Okay, ignoring the engine failure. Overall, decent flight, that's. Interesting choice there, PACX. Alright, let's have a look at the replay from the right hand side, shall we? We'll do some views as well, James. Yes, we'll definitely do some external views as well.
5,
Right, let the scenery load in. There we go.
don't sink. Don't sink. 400. Don't sink.
Now getting don't sink alarms. Yeah, the replay is always a bit
Don't sink. 300.
off. But hey,
Don't sink.
short final in.
Don't sink. 200. Don't sink. Don't sink.
Yeah, gotta love how low it gets to the buildings down below.
100. Don't sink.
Mountain in the background, just overlooking the entire city. It is scenic, this. It is very, very scenic.
Don't sink. 50. 40. Don't sink. 30. 20. 10.
10. It's such a shallow, slow descent that it is. Yeah, that's just the same with CRJ as well. Superb aircraft to fly. It just feels very good to fly as well. I like it. I think it's great. Right, I'll look at the tail view. Yeah, this tail view's not quite the same, is it? Okay, drone cam it is. Right, tail cam. Go, short final. Across the guiding lights there. And touchdown, very much no touchdown markers. There's the idle. And there's a touchdown. Again, very slow shutdown as well. I don't know why I don't know, is the aircraft really that faster down? It was 120 knots approach, I think it was. What was our approach speed on there? 123, 121. See, it was touching out about 115. Only about 115 knots touch on actually. It's very, very slow. That's. Front view, we're going to do a tower view, and from tower up, and then do the runway cam, and then we'll bring things to an end, I think. Given it's now currently 2:30 in the morning in the UK, very late indeed. Solid landing. Solid landing that. Right, let's do the tower view now. So to drone follow, turn that off, increase the drone speed. So there's the air traffic control tower, which is here. There's a view of that actually. A bit closer. There we go. God, there's loads of wind farms in the background. Those turbines give nothing for their imagination. Massive. In the mountains at all. There's wind turbines. Tower up everything. Yeah, that's what noise you can hear is wind turbines. There we go. Short finding. Very, very smooth with the arrows there. One more. Move the aircraft towards the touchdown zone. Move the camera towards it. Turn off. Drone follow. And then bring it back about 1,000 or so feet. Not quite big enough, that wind farm. Needs some expansion. There you go. Short final. Aircraft comes on in. Smoothest touchdown you'll see all the week, I think. Smoothest touchdown you'll see all week. Yeah, and that is that flight there. Overall, I can't fault it. Thoroughly enjoyed this. Decent scenery, fantastic views on the approach there. Got a lot of terminal as well. The city, the cityscape, the turbines in the background. I like it a lot. Fair play. Axonos can't wait to see the full release of Palm Springs. Once again, they have got a pre-release sale of 50% off, so if you wish to pick up the scenery yourself, then feel free to use the link in the chat now. Don't forget to check out Axonos on Facebook, which will be the second link coming up on the chat now, so do check them out. Otherwise, yeah. Hope you enjoyed the watch. Leave a like if you did, do subscribe to us already. Thank you very much for tuning in, and I'll see you soon for some more Microsoft Flight Sim action. Take care, guys. Have a good night, and have a good rest of your weekend. Bye bye.